Many thanks for staying with us, everyone. Let's begin, shall we? We shall continue the conversation on the raid on some judges across the country. But before then, let's touch down in Abia State in Nigeria's southeast region as the tussle for the governorship seat continues. One man in strong contention over the #1 position in the state, Dr. Uche Oga, says he remains the Abia State governor-elect and believes he will get justice in the court. He told China's television in an exclusive interview after he debunked being arrested by the FCC. He says he was invited by the anti-graft agency over a case that has now been struck out by the court.
For me, currently, I believe it's beyond the surface. Some people are just sponsoring her. Because it's no longer, because like I always tell people, why should people in Abia offering people bribe to do one thing or the other? It is uncalled for.
So you think this is political?
Of course it's political.
Do you see yourself as the governor-elect in Abia State?
And I'm the governor-elect. It's not about being the interested.
But the court
says
otherwise.
The court cannot say otherwise because you can see that Justice Okon Aban has been vindicated by the NJC. I have the certificate of return. Don't forget that I have the certificate of return. In Nigeria, I believe in justice, and especially in Supreme Court. There, money cannot buy anybody because they will look at the case based on its merit.
On what grounds? But the legitimacy of your mandate will be in question, not from the people, from the courts.
It's not about voting. If I vote today, I can still win anybody. If you put all of us on the same balance, I don't have any competitor as to Abia State governorship.
So you're confident?
Overconfident. And they know it. And that's why they are scared. If you put election today between me and everybody, removing government machinery, I'll win anybody.
Dr. Uche Oga of the PDP, in some cases still in court. We'll see how that pans out. Now to our major story of the day, what everybody is talking about, anti-corruption war. Well, today the federal government says the raid on the residence of some judges across the country is not a war on the judiciary, but in a bid to fight corruption, as it is a cardinal point in the Buhari government's mandate. The Minister of Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, after a Federal Executive Council meeting in Abuja, says the government hold the judiciary in high esteem.
Please do not confuse the fight against corruption as a fight against the judiciary. No, absolutely not. What the government is concerned and passionate about is to fight corruption. In the process of fighting corruption, it's not unusual that you step on some very sensitive toes. But the question to ask, and I think this has been, I would say again, adequately answered by the Attorney General, is that let's remove emotion from facts. One, do judges have immunity? The answer is no. Can judges be arrested? The answer is yes. Have judges or serving judges been arrested in Nigeria? The answer is yes. Justice Ikomi was arrested and tried. Magistrate Fugaji was arrested, tried, and convicted. So I think I want to make it clear. Number one, this government has the highest respect for the judiciary. Absolutely. Two, we are not in any way trying to ridicule the judiciary at all. Three, we are not painting the whole of the judges with the same brush. But we also have a duty to fight corruption at whatever level. And in doing so, we will do so, we're going to do so within the ambits of the law.
Lai Mohammed, Minister for Information in Nigeria. Well, let's get more perspectives on these matters. Many people have been talking, but let's hear from a former national chairman of the Labour Party and also a lawyer, Chief Dan Uwanya, who joins us from our Abuja studio. Many thanks for coming on the program. Let me start by asking you, are you at home with the manner in which the Buhari government is pursuing its anti-corruption war?
Thank you, Shehu. I will say yes, and at the same time, I will say no. Yes, in the sense that the fight against corruption is a fight every patriot in this country must be part and parcel of. It is a fight that we must fight to its conclusion. It is corruption that has brought us to where we are today. It is corruption that has made it impossible for our young people to gain employment. It is our corruption that has turned our roads as death traps, and so on and so forth. No, to the extent that fighting corruption must be done holistically, and it must be done according to the rule of law. Holistically, in the sense that there should be no sacred cows. Mr. President has said so, that he has to step on toes. What that means, to my understanding, is if there is anybody, even within his cabinet, that has been accused and the prima facie case has been established, that person should go in. That is fighting corruption holistically, fighting corruption within the rule of law. Within the rule of law, you must do it decently. People must not be prosecuted on the pages of newspapers. People must not be convicted in the media. And it must be done decently as it is done in other crimes, like what happened over the weekend. I'm sure that is a major story. You see, the only error or the only thing I find disgusting with the action of the DSS was just the manner they stormed the houses of the justices. Apart from that, DSS has the powers. DSS is in a position to investigate. DSS is in a position to go on such actions in order to make sure that the race is never destroyed. But I'm opposed to the manner they stormed there without even information to the Chief Security Officer of the state, and the way they were treated, the judges were treated as common criminals. I will not support that. It was possible for the DSS to have called them, to have invited them, and given them opportunity to explain certain things and show them the case you have against them. And then you take off from there.
Chief Iwanya,
to get to somebody's premises at 1 a.m.
If I may quickly ask you, just a moment, when you say the manner, so a lot of us were not there when some of the raid happened, and I'm not sure how much you know about how they were handled and how they stormed it. What we know is that they raided some of these places, but when we wonder, is there anything in the law, is there anything unlawful in the manner in which they went there? You said they stormed that place. You said they've not informed the chief security officer. But again, some of the evidence the DSS said they found in some of the homes of these people, if they have informed anybody, would they have found this? That's one big question everybody is asking.
I will answer you, and I hope you'll be patient to listen to me. You see, going there at 1 a.m. in itself, it is not that it is illegal or wrong, but it is not right, particularly in a state like Rivers. Rivers is a volatile place, and that was what drew the attention of the governor, Governor Wike, to the area. In fact, most people, as in the net, as people have been commenting, that if he had not gone there and anything happened to any of the justices, and he came to the fact that the visit was not done by the DSS, of course, you don't know what would have happened in Rivers. Now, I am not going into details whether they were manhandled or whether they were beaten, but we could see that some doors were pulled down, certain things were done. It was possible for the DSS, on arriving at the premises, the governor is alerted. You already cordoned off the place. You are in charge of the area. You have taken control. Then you will go in and do what you want to do. I am not comfortable, and I think most Nigerians are not also comfortable with this information. Every time we have gathered so millions of dollars, so millions of pounds, don't they have camera in the DSS headquarters? The last time we were told that certain amount of money was found in a tank or in a farm, I said, go with your camera. Let Nigerians see it. Don't give us information that Nigerians, the issue now is that of confidence. Most Nigerians are no longer believing some of these stories, and it is very unfortunate. They have deviated from the fight against corruption. And that's why I told you the fight against corruption is something that the president and the executive must be supported to fight, because all of us are victims of this corruption. Look, the judges do not have immunity. I heard your prologue. They don't have immunity. They can be arrested. But we must do it. Now you find one not guilty, and you have taken it to the public domain that is corrupt. There are fine judges in this country. There are incorruptible judges in this country. They are there. At the same time, it is in the public domain, there are judges that collect bribes.
All right, let's take a moment on the program, and when we return, we'll go deeper into this issue, and we'll return talking to Chief Nwanyawu. Join us again.